The world is one global village, but has absolutely very different approaches in problem solving in all regions. It's difficult to imagine that all the global citizens have contributed one way or another to the numerous environmental challenges. Many efforts have been made internationally over the past quarter century to cope with the major threats to the global environment. But in reality, these efforts have been inadequate, and the disturbing trends that drove action in the first place by and large continue. The question therefore is, how best to improve global environmental management? There are two main camps among the scholars and writers, starting to look deeply into the issue: institutional reformists, who want to make the system of treaty regimes and international institutions work much better, and those who believe far deeper changes are necessary. Reformists tend to believe that our first attempt at global environmental governance, which focuses mainly on international environmental law, is basically on the right track. The others agree on the need to strengthen the current approach, but believe that deeper and more difficult changes will be needed in order to move to environmental sustainability.
We have to visualize quite a few problems, and normally they're called climate change and biodiversity and resource depletion and the peak oil point and fishery problems. But what they have in common is there is a lack of understanding of the interface between man and ecology and of justice between man and the future of mankind. And this is, I think, the key for the understanding of sustainability, to improve our integrative approach to what makes this world a living place.
Having recognized the serious challenges ahead and the need for better environmental protection in many countries all over the world, German has the commitment to support the transfer of knowledge and promote the export of suitable and proven environmental technology. CIPSEM, the Center for International Postgraduate Studies of Environmental Management, was founded some 33 years ago. So far, 1,600 participants from 130 countries of Asia, Latin America, Pacific, Africa, the Caribbean, as well as Europe have participated in various courses at the Institute. CIPSEM is attached to the Faculty of Forestry, Geo and Hydrosciences at the Technische Universität Dresden. The main partners for the program are UNEP, UNESCO, and the Ministry for the Environment, Nature Conservation and Nuclear Safety of Germany. The curriculum comprises of issues on sustainable development, nature conservation, waste management, soil, water, tourism, urbanization, recycling, environmental governance, security, economics, applied ecology, mobility, land use, energy, public participation, among others.
At doing our courses most practical. So not only the scientific background is important, but also the implementation, the transfer of this knowledge into political practice is taught in our program. But there's a third part, and that is sometimes even more important. That is the exchange among the participants. We are mixing our courses. We are not offering courses for African or Asian regions, but we are offering the courses for usually 20, 21 nationals at once. So they are exchanging, they are comparing their issues, their problems, their solutions. So it is not just teaching from the north to the south, but it's also the south-south exchange, which is very important for our program.
The participants are expected to participate in the theory through lectures and group discussions, and practically in the excursions. One essential part of this course is to provide participants detailed information about the state-of-the-art achievements with regard to sustainable waste management practices and the products and services German companies are able to offer in this respect, especially machinery, plant and process installations, collection equipment, and transportation devices. The main source of waste, like in the developing and emerging countries, is municipal and industrial. In Kenya, waste problems are chiefly due to poor enforcement of waste legislation and poor waste management, which is still dominated by the cheapest available option, that of dump sites. Some of this waste ends up in the water supply or other environmentally sensitive areas. The theory and practical information offered by CIPSEM gives a consolidated and systematic manner a comprehensive overview on the successfully applied waste management strategies and techniques in Germany.
As far as waste management is concerned, is very relevant because waste has similar properties all over the world. So even though they use much more sophisticated technology, we can transfer the knowledge that is gained here back to our countries, especially the principles behind waste management and wastewater treatment.
The water situation in Kenya is dire. Only 14% of households have piped water or an outdoor tap. It is reported over 30% of people risk disease as they procure water from rivers and dams. 88% of people, mainly women, are solely responsible for obtaining water each day, and 22% of these women must spend more than 2 hours per day fetching water. Perhaps the most disturbing statistic is that of the unaccounted urban poor who must pay highly elevated rates to private suppliers for often contaminated water, where authorities have not succeeded in providing services. In Germany, we learned the situation is very different. Water is not only sufficient, but also clean and treated. We were able to visit water purification, treatment, and recycling sites. We were informed and witnessed how Germany has ensured its citizens has clean water. The take back home we got was, all is possible with the technology available to us. The most important thing needed was planning, effective water management, and insufficient water would be a thing of the past.
You know, participants of our programs usually are not students, but they are already professionals. And once you are a professional, you may be narrowed to your tasks at home already, to your specializations. Our programs tend to offer integrated environmental management courses. That means be open to other topics. If you're working in nature conservation, be open to waste management. If you're working in a technological field, be open to governance issues. This is a very crucial thing to understand each other, even back home, to be more open, to have a more holistic view on environmental management issues.